Alright, welcome to my guide on how to complete every single combat mastery achievement. In this video, we'll be covering the medium achievements. Also in this video, I'll be making a good faith attempt to use gear fitting for a player who'd find themselves in the medium tier of achievements. In this case, I'm wearing Anima Core of Sliske armor, which is a hybrid armor that does not provide any offensive bonuses, and you would be fine using something like War Priest gear or whatever best style specific armor that you have. For this tier, we'll need a few specific items, including a weapon for every combat style, ideally tier 80 or better. I know in my inventory I'm showing Hex Hunter weapons, but unless these are used on specific monsters, stat-wise these are effectively tier 80s. You'll also want a spear to kill the Corporeal Beast. I'm using the tier 78 Sun Spear from the Lord of Imperium quest. A couple other things I'll mention in my gear setup. I'm using Silverhawk boots, which are hybrid boots for all styles. They can be claimed for free from Treasure Hunter. I'm using a Death Touch bracelet, which is a hybrid bracelet slot. For the most part, I'm using a Dragon Rider amulet, which again is a free hybrid neck slot item obtained from the One of the Kind quest. But for the Hermod tasks, I'm using the Salve amulet, which again is a free necklace obtained from questing. I'm using a skill cape, no need for a Zuck cape for the medium tasks. And I'm using the free pocket slot item for completing the Underworld achievement set. Other than that, in my inventory, other useful items you may find are the Enhanced Excalibur, the Necromancy Nexus for storing Necromancy runes and ectoplasm, Vuln Bombs, and an Adrenaline Potion. Let's get into the achievements now. Alright, time for the medium tier. We're going to start with Hermod, and the first two achievements we need to complete here are to get a kill in under 3 minutes 15 seconds, and to avoid his Obliterate attack, which is when he smashes his big sword. So that should be easy if we're doing a relatively fast kill. So go ahead and get started. We'll enter the instance. Summon our Condors. Apply Deathmark, use Skeleton. Start off with the Death Skulls. Even if you don't have the Zuck Cape, this should still be fine. The Salve Amulet does just a ton of damage. So we can start using Bloat, start building some stacks. Once we have our 3 stacks for volley, go ahead and do that. There's his big sword obliterate attack. Just want to move out of the way of that and he should be good to go. Can go ahead and reapply bloat, get some more stacks. Watch out again for his sword smash. Can use a weapon special attack. And then a big volley should finish it. So not only does that complete the 3:15 task, also completes a hard challenge to get him in under 45 seconds. And with that, we've completed all of the Hermod achievements. Next up will be the God Wars dungeon, and we'll start with General Grardor. For the medium tier, we'll need to kill him in under 42 seconds, and we'll also want to kill him after killing all of the minions. So as always, make sure you start a private encounter set to 1 player, enter the instance, summon your Condors. Go ahead and get Deathmark ready and get your skeleton juiced. We can start off with the Death Skulls and just turn our attention to the minions. Once all the minions are dead, simply kill the boss. That completes General Showdown and the Speed Killer task for killing him in under 42 seconds. And there's all the medium achievements for General Grardor done. Next up in the God Wars saga is Kriara, and for this one, we'll want to kill him in under 42 seconds once again, and we'll also want to avoid his tornado attacks. We won't want them to move us, so a simple way to do that is either by standing in the door, just right here, or standing in that far northeastern corner. As always, start a private encounter, enter the instance, summon your Condors, apply Deathmark, and command your Ghost, command your Skeleton, wait for the boss to spawn. Just staying in this door should prevent us from moving. We'll use our best abilities, do a weapon special attack once we have stacks, and there you have it. Under 42 seconds, and the Tornado Warning achievement are completed. That's all the medium achievements for Kriara. Next up is Krill Sutzeroth. Once again, we'll want to kill him in under 42 seconds. We may have to do 2 kills to complete the mediums here, as the second task requires us to use the Debilitate ability to mitigate damage through his Prayer Slam attack. And the best way to get that Prayer Slam attack is just to AFK. So as always, start a private encounter, enter the instance, and we can refill our prayer, summon our Condors, apply Deathmark, command our Ghost and our Skeleton, And for the first one, we'll just go for the 42-second kill. Nice and easy with that mark. And now this time around, we'll just want to kind of hold back on our damage. AFK a little bit. Now I'm happy with the amount of damage I've done. And around the 20-second mark, I'll go ahead and use Debilitate on the boss. That'll last for 12 seconds. And as you can see, he just did the big attack, drained my prayer, and now I can just kill the boss. So I've got some stacks, just throw out a volley, and we should be good to go. There we go. There's all the medium achievements completed at Krill Sutsurath. Lastly in the God War Saga is Commander Ziliana, and the only medium achievement is to kill the boss in under 1 minute. So as always, start a private encounter set to 1, enter the instance, summon your condors, apply, death mark, command your ghost, command your skeleton, and just use your best abilities. I'll start by using a Death Skulls, and then I have Adrenaline left for Bloat, and then I'll just build back up with some basics, Soul Sap, Touch of Death, and now I have Adrenaline for my weapon spec. There you go. There is Ziliana in under a minute. That completes all of the medium achievements for the main 4 God Wars bosses. Next up, we'll do KBD without using any anti-fire, so just make sure that you do not drink your Elder Overload salve. Good way to do this is going to be to use Protect Magic to mitigate some damage, and also just have some extra food to chomp through. So, private encounter, start the instance, you can apply Death Mark and summon our condors. Command the ghost, command the skeleton, and make sure we're praying magic. Then we can just start doing our best abilities. You can use a bloat, and when we have adrenaline, use a weapon spec. There we go, anti-fire, and there's all the medium achievements for a KBD completed. Next up, we'll kill the exiled Kalphite Queen. Mechanically, it's essentially identical to normal Kalphite Queen. One quick way to get there is to right-click set arrival point on your boss portal, and set it to the exiled Kalphite Queen. Once here, start a private encounter, and same as usual. Condors, Death Mark, command the condors. We can start with a big ability like a Death Skulls, start using some basics. It'll be really fast. It's essentially just a normal Kalphite Queen, but with a little bit more HP. While we're waiting, we can kill the minions. And during the phase transition, apply Death Mark once more. I'll go ahead and use a bloat, command my skeleton, big 3-stack volley, and finish it off with a weapon spec. There you go, one more medium combat achievement. On to Queen Black Dragon. We have 3 achievements here. Kill the boss in under 1 minute, kill the boss after surviving a full time stop special attack, and kill one of the ghosts using the ghost's own cloud attack. So the way we'll do that when it comes, the ghost will spawn and we'll essentially just want to step through him. That will lure his own cloud attack and kill the ghost. You'll see as we do the kill. Once we push this first button, we'll get a ghost right away. So you see if I just step through, its own Chaos Cloud does damage against it. Probably won't be able to get that achievement on this first ghost, so we can go ahead and kill him. And we'll wait until the later phases where there's multiple ghosts and multiple clouds that can kill a ghost. So just proceed with the kill as normal, doing our best abilities. I'll go ahead and do a bloat, keep building stacks. And here, I'm just going to be waiting until she summons some ghosts. Killing some grot worms in the meantime. Just dodging firewalls and just waiting for ghosts. Alright, so now we have some ghosts. Once they spawn, quickly dodge, and you can kill one of the ghosts using all of the Chaos Clouds that spawn. Since we didn't get the time stop ghost, we'll just keep waiting until that ghost spawns. Alright, so the time ghost has spawned. He's the one in this corner. We just have to wait until he activates the time stop attack. Best thing we can do now is to start eating the full HP. While we're in this time freeze, we will just be taking a lot of damage. So just make sure you eat up, survive that, and then proceed with the kill as normal. So that completes the 2 medium tasks for dealing with the full time freeze and killing one of the ghosts using its own Chaos Cloud. As you can see, it was pretty slow, so we'll have to do one more kill to get the medium speed task. So we'll just start a kill, get our conjures up, start attacking the boss, and trying to do our best abilities. You can use a bloat in between phases, and start moving preemptively to the Dragonkin artifacts. Trying to make decent use of Bladed Dive and Surge. Big weapon special attack at the end. And we should be good to go. That also completes some further speed tasks and even a hard achievement for dodging all of the firewalls. So there's all of the medium achievements for Queen Black Dragon completed. So for this next achievement, we'll be using ranged, and we want to kill one of the Legion bosses in under 30 seconds. A good choice for this is the Secundus boss, as it's one of the easier ones. The arena is small, and its damage is probably the least punishing of the 6. So go ahead and start. Bladed Dive close to the boss, as the closer you are to the boss, the more damage you'll deal. You can use Pray Magic and Devotion to mitigate basically all of the damage. And just try and do some good damage. There you have it. There's the medium achievements for the Legion bosses completed. Next up are the Rex Matriarchs, and there's a handful of achievements for these, so we'll just break it down by boss. We'll start with the ranged one on the right side, Fentraken. For this one, we'll want to kill the boss and also avoiding the lightning attack. We can just show up, do our Death Swiftness, and try doing our best damage. Make sure you're wearing insulated boots. You can buy those at any Slayer Master, such as the Master in Berthorpe or in Lumbridge. Once the lightning spawns, you just want to dodge out of the way. After that attack as well, you can switch to Pray Range to flick the ranged attack and switch back to Pray Magic. Once you get this bar over your head, once it starts to count down all the way, you just want to step out of the way. It's going to be another lightning attack, so just make sure we get out of the way of that, and then it'll be another ranged attack here. There's the first Fentraken achievement to not get hit by any of the lightnings, and for this second Fentraken kill, we will want to get hit with the lightning. Wearing the insulated boots is actually going to protect us from the majority of the damage. When the attack comes, we'll just want to make sure that we're keeping our Pray Magic up and let the insulated boots do the work. As you can see, we even get a message. Your insulated boots drastically reduce the amount of damage you take. There you have it. There's both medium achievements for Fentraken completed. For this achievement, we'll be killing Orichalca, and we'll want to let it frostbite us, and then we'll clear the frostbite using the big slam attack that she does. So to start, just start by doing your best damage. It's not so important right now. There's the frostbite effect. So now all our abilities are slower, and we're just gonna have to wait until she slams the ground and you see these little earthquakes pop up. Once you see one of those, go ahead and just step into it briefly and step back out. That will free you from frostbite, give you a big adrenaline rush, and now we can just start dumping some of our best abilities. I can definitely feel it's a little bit slow without Zuck Cape and all the things that I'm used to. But we're just trying to make an effort to complete it with medium tier gear. And once you kill the boss, that should be the achievement. There we go. I'm warming up to it, and that's all the medium achievements for Orichalca completed. Alright, next up on the chopping block is Rathis, and for this achievement we're going to want to have Anti-Poison++. The goal of this achievement is to prevent Rathis from healing from the poison attack, so to do that we'll just stand in the poison blobs that she summons to fully absorb them, and that will prevent her from healing. So until she summons those, we'll do our best to do our big damage. Start with a Zerg, do some thresholds, can do a barge and bleed assault, do a big hurricane. Once she summons the pools, make sure you're standing in them and drink your anti-poison. You want to make sure you stay in them until the pools fully disappear. For some reason, I've noticed that Elder Overload Salve does not work for protecting you against this. But you'll see, she is unable to heal when she does that animation. And now we can just proceed with the kill as normal. And there you have it. There's all the Rathis achievements completed, so now all we have left is Osseous. For Osseous, we're going to want to kill the boss without being stunned by her stun attack, and after killing 6 of the minions within 9 seconds. The easiest way to kill the minions is to be using Threads of Fate. So let's go ahead and get started. So once we enter the instance, go ahead and summon our Condors, apply Invoke Death, and command our Ghost. And we will just start by doing our best damage. Go ahead and start with the Death Skulls. We can apply Bloat as well. When she does this big tail slam, we can resonance that and get to full HP again. Now the minions have spawned. We'll wait until they get a little bit closer. And then we can start using threads. And just attack any of those guys. As you can see in the chat box, we are now eligible for too many bones to pick from, so that means we killed them in 9 seconds. There's the first achievement, defeat all the skeletons. Alright, so for this achievement, we're going to want to kill Osseous without getting stunned by her stun attack. The important timing to remember is that she'll stun 5 attacks after she summons the minions. So there's the minion launch attack. We can go ahead and use Anticipation now. And notice we did not get stunned by the roar. So now we can just proceed with our kill as normal. And there we go. There's all the medium Rex Matriarch combat achievements completed. Next up is the Corporeal Beast. We'll want to kill the boss in under 1 minute, and we'll want to do so while avoiding damage from the Dark Core. So to do that, when the Dark Core spawns, we can just walk away. As always, be sure to start a private encounter. And I will start the fight with a Berserk, since we're going for a 1 minute kill. Make sure you throw your Vuln Bomb. And watch out for that core. Anytime you see it jump, just take a few steps away. And there we go. There's all the medium achievements for the Corporeal Beast completed. 1 minute kill and dodge the core. Next on the list is to kill the 4 God Wars 2 bosses in under 2 minutes. So start with Twin Furies, enter the instance. Deathmark doesn't actually work here. Go ahead and summon our Condors and start attacking the red one. Can do things like a Bloat, Build back up to 100, and I'll go ahead and Living Death here. Just make sure you're dodging these charge attacks. And on the 4th one, good time to launch a Death Skulls, as it will attack both of those. Just start unleashing some Necrosis stacks with some fingers. When the red one jumps up, turn our attention to the blue one. Just unleashing all of our stacks, and we'll do a weapon special attack at the end here. And there you have it, a kill in under 2 minutes. That also completes a couple of hard achievements for skipping some mechanics. Next up, Grigorovich in under 2 minutes. Enter the instance. Deathmark does work here, so we'll go ahead and use that. Summon our Condors. Start with a bloat. Command our Ghost and our Skeleton. And then we'll build back up to full Adrenaline. Use our Living Death. Use our Adrenaline Potion. Start building some Necrosis stacks, and start blasting away with Fingers of Death. We can ignore any of the minions that he spawns, the Ghosts and the Shadows. We can use Death Skulls once we have Adrenaline. And keep on doing our thing with our Necrosis stacks. Build some stacks, use some Fingers. And near the end, we'll use a big weapon special attack. Deathmark does the last 30k for us, and there you have it. There's a 2-minute kill at Grigorovich. Now we'll go for a 2-minute kill at Helwer. Our strategy is essentially the same at all of these bosses. Enter the instance, summon our Condors, do our Deathmark, command our Condors, and just try and do our best damage. I like to start with a bloat, then build back up to 100% Adrenaline. Switch to Prey Melee for the melee attack. And just start building up Necrosis stacks and blasting away with these. You can use Devotion here for this melee Berserk attack. We'll still be getting a 2-minute kill with plenty of time to spare. Go ahead and use the Death Skulls now that I've got Adrenaline for it. Use some more Fingers, build some more stacks, and finish it off with a big weapon special. There we go, there's a 2-minute kill at Helwer, just Vindicta left to go. Same thing as the previous bosses, enter the instance, summon your Condors, apply Deathmark, command your Ghost, command your Skeleton. I think starting with a bloat is good. Build back with 2 abilities. Use your Living Death and Adrenaline Potion. And start blasting away with Necrosis stacks. We can do 2 Fingers here. 2 more abilities, and then a Death Skulls. Step out of the way of the fire attack. Build some more Necrosis stacks. 2 more Fingers. Even more Necrosis stacks. And then we can command our Skeleton once more. And finish off with a weapon special. And there we go. Vindicta in under 1:45. That's all the God Wars 2 medium achievements completed. Alright, for these next 2 achievements, we're going to ED3 to kill the Crassian Leviathan. We're going to kill the boss without getting hit by any of his head slam attacks, or by getting hit with his poison breath attack that he does at the start. Summon your Condors, apply Deathmark, command your Ghost, command Skeleton, and just surge into the boss. That will avoid the breath attack right away. And then we can just start doing our best damage. We'll build up to a Living Death. Get to Living Death and start blasting away with Necrosis. Here he's going to do the head slam attacks, so just make sure that you're on the opposite side from where he's doing it. Once he does one side, he'll do the other. So just make sure, again, you step to the opposite side. He's going to do his head slams once more. So once he does it on one side, he'll always do it on the other one. So just make sure that you're playing safe and you're going to the other side. With this gear, we probably won't be able to kill it in one cycle. We'll have to surge down to the other end of the arena, but that's perfectly fine. We'll resummon our Condors here. We can anticipate to avoid getting stunned if we're slow here, and just bladed dive surge over to the other side. He'll do another breath attack, but since we're already here, we'll avoid that no problem. Keep doing your best damage, and try and finish off with a weapon special attack here. There we go. Kill Crassian Leviathan without being hit by Poisonous Breath or without being hit by any of his head swipe attacks. Alright, for the final task, we're going to kill TzTok-Jad in under 1 hour, and while we do that, we want to make 100% sure that we don't miss any prayers. This video is already pretty long, and I don't want to drag it out with an extra 20 minutes of fight caves footage, but I'll share a few tips. Number 1, don't wait for enemies to come to you in the caves. Monsters often spawn at the very far side of the arena from the previous wave, so you can save a lot of time by using Surge and Dive to get closer to monsters faster. Number 2, prioritize killing melee blobs. Since they have 2 phases, one where you kill them and the second where it splits into 2 smaller versions of itself, these monsters take the longest to kill. It can be nice to kill a big blob, then while it's doing its splitting animation, start chipping away at some of the other monsters. And if necessary, you can use Threads of Fate to clear up the little blobs, as well as other nearby monsters. Number 3, if you have a Number 3, if you have a Toggle Zo from the Elder Kiln quest, wear it. It provides 10% extra damage against all monsters in the fight caves. Other than those tips, just make sure you have your best stat boosting potion, weapon poison, and use your necromancy stacks to the fullest. If you're not confident with killing Jad, you can Living Death on wave 62, and that should give you full power to kill Jad. If you want to knock out a hard task while you're here, use Invoke Death and ignore the healers completely. Using big hitting necromancy abilities like Skulls, Finger, and a weapon special attack should make this very free. Alright, and that is all the medium combat mastery achievements completed. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe as I'll be making a video just like this completing every single achievement in every single tier. We got through the relatively mundane and simple, easy and medium tasks, so now let's start having some fun and take it up a level. See you in the hard tier.